Stem and leaf plots. Learning intention. We are learning to use stem and leaf plots to organize data and find key statistics. Success criteria. I can draw a correct stem and leaf plot with a key. I can find the mode, median, and range. I can read and compare data using a back-to-back stem and leaf plot. I can identify outliers and justify conclusions using the data. Example 1. Use a stem and leaf plot to show the following ages of the 21 musicians in an orchestra. So one of the musicians is 25 years old. The next musician is 35 years old. The next musician is 28 years old, and so on. Question 1, what is the mode of the data? And question 2, what is the median age? So the smallest number in our list is 25, so that's going to be our minimum value. And 56 is the biggest number, so that's going to be our maximum value. So when we draw our stem, we start at 2 and we go down as far as 5. Next we draw a line, and then we'll have the leaf. So 25, we're going to put a 5 to the right of the 2. So that 5 there represents 25. So 25 and a comma. And we're going to tick off the 25 on our list. Next we have 35. So we're going to put a 5 to the right of the 3 with a comma. So that 5 there represents 35. And we tick off the 35. Next we have 28. So we're going to put an 8 to the right of the 2 again. So it will be 28. So that 8 there represents 28 and a comma. We tick off the 28. Next we have 47. So we're going to put a 7 to the right of the 4 and a comma. So that 7 represents 47. We tick off the 47. Next we have 52. So we're going to put a 2 to the right of the 5 with a comma. So that 2 represents 52. We tick off the 52. Next we have 33. So we put a 3 to the right of the 3 with a comma. So that 3 there represents 33 and tick it off. Next we have 50. So we put a 0 to the right of the 5. That 0 represents 50. So 5, 0, 50. We tick it off. Then we have 28. So we're going to put an 8 to the right of the 2 and a comma. That 8 represents 28. Tick it off. Next we have 33. So we're going to put a 3 to the right of the 3. That 3 represents 33 and tick it off. Next we have 35. So we put a 5 to the right of the 3. That 5 represents 35 and we tick it off. Next we have 48. So we put an 8 to the right of the 4. That 8 represents 48 and tick it off. Next we have 55. So we put a 5 to the right of the 5. That 5 represents 55, tick it off. Next we have 29. So we put a 9 to the right of the 2. That 9 represents 29, tick it off. Next we have 50. So we put a 0 to the right of the 5. That 0 represents 50, tick it off. Next we have 39. So we put a 9 to the right of the 3. That 9 represents 39, tick it off. Next we have 41. So we put a 1 to the right of the 4. That 1 represents 41, tick it off. Next we have 32. We put a 2 to the right of the 3. That 2 there represents 32, tick it off. Next we have 29. Put a 9 to the right of the 2. That 9 represents 29, tick it off. Next we have 56. Put a 6 to the right of the 5. That 6 represents 56, tick it off. Then we have 26. So we put a 6 to the right of the 2. That 6 represents 26, tick it off. And finally, we have 35. Put a 5 to the right of the 3. That 5 represents 35 and tick it off. Now it's important to note that this is an unordered stem and leaf diagram. We now have to order it. So an ordered stem and leaf, we start off with our stem, our line and leaf. And the stem remains the same. It's still going to be 2, 3, 4, 5. But for the leaf, we have to reorder our values from smallest to largest. So if the stem and leaf is in this layout with the stem on the left and the leaf on the right, which is always the way it will be when it's only one set of data. We'll see an example where you've got two sets of data and it's known as a back-to-back stem and leaf. This is not a back-to-back stem and leaf. This is just a general stem and leaf. So when we have a stem and leaf diagram like this, the numbers go from smallest to largest, left to right. So 5, 8, 8, 9, 9, 6 gets reordered as 5, 6, 8, 8, 9, 9, So we reorder from smallest to largest going left to right. Then the next row, 5, 3, 3, 5, 9, 2, 5 gets reordered as 2, 3, 3, 5, 5, 5, 9. So smallest to largest going left to right. Then 7, 8, 1, 1, 7, 8, and then 2, 0, 5, 0, 6, 0, 0, 2, 5, 6. So now we have our ordered stem and leaf, and finally now we have to draw in a key. So every stem and leaf diagram requires a key. So I typically just go for the first two numbers. So we have 2 and a line and 5. So I have 2 and a line and 5. So that represents 25 and years old. That's very important that we note what the numbers actually represent. So if we go back, we were talking about ages. So that 2 line 5 means 25 years old. So we have to add in a key always. Now, part 1, what is the mode of the data? So what's the most common value? So you could just look at the original list and see, well, what number came up the most? But it's easier to see it in your actual ordered stem and leaf diagram. So we can see on the 30s row, we have 3 5s. So each of those 5s represents 35. So the mode is 35 years old. Make sure you don't write down 5. That would be incorrect. Okay, there's actually no 5 on our list. If you go back to your original list, there's no single digits at all. So the smallest number again is 25. The biggest number is 56. So it would not make any sense to say 5 is the mode. It's 35 is the mode. Question 2, what is the median age? So what is the middle value? So you could write these numbers out in a list from smallest to largest and pick out the middle one. Or if there's two middle ones, we add them together and divide by 2. There's a couple of ways you can come up with the median. We can read it from the graph that we've drawn, which is probably the quickest way. So we want to find the middle value. So if I cross off the first and last, so that 5 there represents 25, and that 6 represents 56. If I cross off the first and last, and then the next first and last, and then the next first and last, and 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 the next first and last, I am then left with the median. Now remember, 5 is not the median, it's 35. So the median age is 35 years old. So it's just a coincidence that it's the same number. Sometimes that happens, that the median and the mode are the same. Not always. Another way we could have worked out the median is by taking the total amount. So there was 21 musicians in total. So if we add on 1, so 21 plus 1 makes 22, and divide by 2. So 21 plus 1 divided by 2 is 22 divided by 2, which is 11. So the 11th value is the median. So starting here with the 5 and counting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's another way we could have gotten the median. So that's probably the quickest. So whatever the total is, no matter what this number is, we add on 1 and divide by 2, and that will give us the median.